coming to you live from Death Manor.
Hey guys, welcome in. How you doing? You had a good day? Welcome into another episode of JDizzle by Tizzles. Deadstream today, which is a brand new film that has just come out primarily on Shudder streaming service. So Deadstream follows a famous live streamer named Sean, who has made a name for himself doing increasingly stupid tasks on camera, culminating in controversy with a prank gone horrendously wrong. Disgraced and aching for his audience's return, he turns to the idea of live streaming an overnight stay in an allegedly haunted house. Naturally, progressively eerie and brutal things start happening, and it's a lot more than his views that he needs to salvage. So the premise itself is really cool, right? The film is written and directed by Joseph and Vanessa Winter, who are a husband and wife filmmaking duo. They wrote, directed, edited, produced it all together, and Joseph himself stars in the lead role as Sean and composes the score. I mean, these guys are multi-talented. The initial idea was just going to be a face cam on Sean throughout the whole thing, and ghostly happenings happening off screen, signifying, and sort of sound effects and such signifying the dread that's happening around him. When Joseph pitched this to his wife Vanessa, she quickly dismissed it, saying it's a terrible idea, and they built layers upon that and worked on the conception together. As the less you know, the better going into this one. The plot synopsis is literally all I knew going in, and it does have a lot of spooks and scares and unexpected things happening that you need to experience for yourself. There are certain creations in this film, certain kind of grotesque creations that are created by Troy Larson, and they are wonderfully done. The practical effects in this film are so good. Gross out factor of this film in particular, and the practical effects themselves really reminded me of the Evil Dead series. Critics have really compared this a lot with the Evil Dead and the Blair Witch Project for its found footage kind of style, although I do think it's taken it a step further with being basically a live stream. I've not seen another film use the live streaming concept for horror before. If there's anyone out there who's seen a live stream horror before Deadstream, I'd be really interested to go back and watch that, so please do comment and let me know. The whole thing is in real time as well, which just has extra added saucy awesomeness to that. It's really cool. This has a very Sam Raimi style kind of horror to it, where it gets very slapstick at points, and it is really funny, particularly in its third act. It does get ridiculously funny at times, while also being spooky at the same time, which is quite a feat to pull off. The spooks in it are truly inventive. It's a really very creative film in the sense that some of the spooks I genuinely didn't see coming. Tension building, I was really peeking through my fingers at times because I couldn't handle the tension. The score by Joseph Winter is very John Carpenter-esque, which is actually referred to in the film as well as being very inspired by John Carpenter, very much breaking the fourth wall there and getting very meta. There's another character named Chrissy who is played beautifully by Melanie Stone as well. She's brilliant in it. Also produced the film as well, so it feels very much like friends and family getting together and making a film, like with the husband and wife duo, and then other cast members producing along with them. Like it feels very homely, you know, round up a bunch of their homies and made a movie. It's pretty cool. I think the only downfall with the film is that the character of Sean can be very grating, particularly in the first hour of the film. And it's only about an hour and 25 minutes, but then he is supposed to be, I think. There was a few times in the first hour where I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I can handle much more of this, but you do settle into it, and I think a lot of that is due to Joseph Winter's performance as well. Particularly towards the end, you do start to get into his rhythm a bit. Currently, you can catch Deadstream on Shudder. It's primarily on there. If you're watching from the US, it is also streaming on AMC Plus. We don't get that here in the UK, so for any of my fellow United Kingdomers, where did that come from? If you haven't got Shudder, definitely give a free trial a go and watch the film. It's really worth it. I really liked this one. It was really cool, and I'll definitely watch it again at some point. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned again tomorrow for another episode of JDizzle by Tizzles.